can't choose any of you guys to be the mole.
This is gonna be the hardest
even me
thing.
myself, it's like I think I'm the mole, honestly.
Brother, it's people with autism.
Yo.
Oh my fucking god. Why did you change? I don't care, man. I'm not gonna change it.
I think we just talk about our disabilities.
I prefer disorder.
Disorder, yeah.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed in middle school, and then I transitioned to a school for people on the spectrum. Once I graduated middle school and went to that school, I kind of really enjoyed where I was at and everything. This is really hard because there's like so many eyes on me already. It's just taken a while to accept that I have a disorder. There's people who I've met myself who say you have autism, and my family would be like, did you tell them you have did you tell them you have a disability? No, I don't think I need to. But reality, it really does help to know that I do have autism.
They first suspected me of being autistic when I was 5. But they hesitated to diagnose me because I was too intelligent.
I mean, that's a compliment right there, being too intelligent.
I feel like in some ways it's a little bit of an insult.
I was diagnosed at the age of 2. I don't see it as a disorder or a disability because I don't see my autism as something that's negatively affected my life, because I like who I am, I like the way I think, and I don't want to change a single thing about myself.
Honestly, being here is we have to, oh, go ahead, Amanda, sorry, I've spoken so much.
I personally see autism as a disability. I have a master's in disability studies. The medical model of disability inherently says that autism or any other disability is within our own fault, and that we are the cause of the disability. But the social model of disability says that society is the cause of the disability. So autism is a disability because society is not made for me. That disability comes from without, not within. I grew up autistic and deaf, and I grew up feeling like I was such an outcast, and I was the odd one out. Oh hey, I just used the name of the. That was fun.
I was diagnosed when I was 4 years old, and it's it's always been a difficult process for me. Basically growing up, going to school and everything. Notice that people don't perceive me as this normal guy. So I figure if I'm going to be this autistic person, I might as well be the best autistic person that I can be. I always
preach.
Yeah. I always try my best to excel in school. I always tend to be like one of the smartest kid in school. That's a whole stereotype.
I would consider myself a late bloomer. I was diagnosed at the age of 22. I went most of my life always knowing that there's something different about me, but I couldn't put my finger on it. The reason why I only got diagnosed this year was because I recently moved to a large metropolitan area that has many resources, and so that was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because I have access to therapy, and I was finally able to get an answer that I was always looking for. I really, really struggled to fit in. I really struggled to be able to come up with the right words to get other kids to want to talk to me. And so I stood out pretty badly, and that continued throughout my entire time in grade school. I remember first feeling what depression was when I was around 6.
So when I was in university, they make us do these psychological studies, because I was studying psychology, and they have different things you can apply for. And I noticed one of them was they were studying autism in women, specifically people who are older. So I applied, and that was how I got my diagnosis, which was I was 21 then. Yeah, my wife and one of my friends are actually the only people that know I've been diagnosed. So surprise, family or friends, anyone who's watching. It was an eye-opener. It was kind of bittersweet, because it was I'm happy now. I have answers to all things that were going on before that I thought might have been something wrong with me.
There is nothing wrong with you, okay? You're amazing.
I agree with that.
I agree. I agree now.
Should I go ahead? Yeah.
Yeah, I was diagnosed when I was a child, but I didn't know I was autistic, because as a 2, 3, 4-year-old, I don't know how one even knows what's supposed to be up with them. So it's definitely hard to speak in a group situation, because I can never tell the rules of how to, when to talk and when to speak up. It's kind of just jumping in right when you're kind of feeling like it. Plus, I've also blocked a lot of my childhood memories from trauma. And, so I lived my whole life just wondering why I couldn't connect to people,
Understand
understand
feelings
each
and
other.
everything. Yeah. Can I ask you guys a questions about like what are stimulants? Like, do you guys like chew gum, or do you guys like have anything that you guys do specifically to like keep you guys calm or keep you guys? Go ahead, Amanda.
The color pink.
The color pink.
Nice.
Okay.
It's
You're
my
very pink
favorite
right there.
color in the whole world. My whole room is pink. At home, my bed is pink, my bedspread is pink, and my pillows are pink, and my rug is pink, and my carpet is pink. I even have a framed pink picture of mine, and most of my clothes are pink. I love pink. It's the best color in the whole world.
Okay. Okay. I've
I
never.
love blue too.
I like blue too, but pink is better.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it's subjective.
How do you guys feel about the term high functioning?
I don't like that
I
term
didn't
at
really
all.
think about it too much.
I don't think I think about it either.
Autism is too much of a spectrum. So many people with autism have so many different experiences.
I can't choose any of you guys to be the mole.
This is gonna be
like
the hardest
even me
thing.
myself. Like it's like I think I'm the mole. Honestly, like
Like how they were like, try to find the mole. And we're like, maybe there's none.
Even the person who's neurotypical might just be an undiagnosed autistic.
Yeah.
You never know that. You never know about that.
I mean, like, damn, all this relates. Wait a second. Huh.
The mole might not be neurotypical. Just because someone doesn't have autism doesn't mean the mole could have like ADHD or OCD.
It's gotta be her.
and could be overlapping the symptoms that could be associated with autism as well.
My kid has a genetic condition that is not autism, but does manifest behaviorally and neurologically in many ways that are similar to autism. So when people interact with my kid, they often see an autistic child, but my kid isn't autistic.
Does autism run in any of your guys' family?
I realized I was autistic because my little half brother, he's 5 years old. Well, I guess he's 7 now. Whoops, I don't know his age. But like, I see him, I'm like, wasn't I like that when I was a kid? My mom was like, yeah, because we thought you're autistic too. I was like, what?
And I just found out that my youngest nephew was just
also
recently
trial.
diagnosed with autism as well.
I know who it is, to be
But
honest.
luckily, he had an uncle who already experienced everything that he's going to experience, and I can I could be a mentor towards him.
Yeah, my dad is an undiagnosed autistic. Sorry, Dad.
Go ahead.
do you ever like wake up and feel like you're not autistic and like, or like you have a disability? You're like, this is just me. Like,
Yes.
I feel that way.
It's called masking.
I think I could be seen as neurotypical passing sometimes because I try to hide as much symptoms as possible because I was trained to do so at a very early age.
People that don't have experience with others who have autism, they expect it to stand
I know
out.
it is. I think
and
it's
that's not always
guy
the
on the
case.
side or her.
You know, I mean, we all look like
Left side guy.
humans.
I think you can blame that partly on the media, how they portray us.
We don't really have good
Like-
representation of
Like,
us.
No, we don't.
What that movie with Dustin Hoffman now?
Girl in Black.
Rain Man, yeah, where you being on the spectrum all it mean you're good at gambling. I wish I was
Wait,
good
you know
at
what?
gambling or something.
You know what? It's the girl in pink left side.
None of them have the same experiences that I do. So there's no way to have pinpointed, oh, this person is more quiet, this person is more socially awkward. There's no way to tell who was autistic or not.
On the count of 3, will the mole please raise their hand?
Wait, did
One.
they vote? Nobody?
2, 3.
Who could have seen that coming? I totally didn't see that coming.
I was shook.
I was like, no, it cannot be her. It can't be her.
I never would have guessed.
I actually didn't lie about anything. I just flipped out autism with FASD, and it stands for fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. I was exposed to alcohol when I was inside my mom in the womb for the first 5 months, and you can kind of think of FASD as a spectrum just like ASD.
Even though she might not have been autistic, there are a lot of overlaps between autism and many other neurological disabilities.
FASD is never talked about. I've never met a single person who shares that diagnosis with me.
What differences do you see between people with autism versus?
I actually see everybody is completely.
Oh, sorry. Well, okay. Well, this is finished. I mean, yeah. Anyway. Yo, chat. Today we can do 1 billion things.
32 months Spogu.
I didn't mean to. You saw my mouse. You didn't mean to. Okay. My mouse has coffee in it, and my hands are sticky as fudge. Okay.